Okay, so now the next is excessive data exposure, and for this we have a couple of challenges such as challenge number 4 and challenge number 5. Challenge number 4 says that we have to find an endpoint that leaks sensitive information of other user which we have already identified, correct? And for challenge number 5, we have to find an API endpoint that leaks an internal property of a video. What exactly is the excessive data exposure? Let's understand that first. So excessive data exposure is one of the critical security issues which can be identified in a web application, especially if that application is using API technology. Okay, and it is a critical security issue that occurs where sensitive information is unintentionally or improperly disclosed to unauthorized individual or system. I forgot to mention over here authorized as well as unauthorized and authorized individual system. Now, why I have written over here, I mean, why I have entered, why I have mentioned this unauthorized individual along with unauthorized is because if an unauthorized user is able to access certain set of resources which shouldn't be allowed to access in the first place, again, that is one of the major security risks. And at the same time, suppose there is a user who is a authorized user, suppose a normal user, but that normal user is able to access, not access, but he identified one of the API endpoint which unintentionally is disclosing a lot of admin level users information. So that is also security risk, correct? Because admin users sensitive information is kind of revealed unintentionally in normal users API endpoint. So that is one of the issue, and this is all falls under excessive data exposure vulnerability. Okay, so for challenge number 4, which we already have identified that kind of endpoint, which is this, our famous community page. How we can identify that? We will simply have to go to the community page over here, intercept the request. Either we can right click over here and do intercept response to this request. We will be able to see a lot of sensitive information such as user's nickname, email, vehicle ID, correct, as well as ID value. So these all are the sensitive information which shouldn't be disclosed in the first place, because again, email ID is one of the sensitive thing. Vehicle ID is also a sensitive information because vehicle ID discloses longitude and latitude of a user's vehicle, correct. So this shouldn't be disclosed or allowed. Or at the same time, what we can do, we can send this request to repeater, which I did just now, and in the repeater we can analyze the response and the same thing will gonna be visible over here, correct. So this is how we will solve our challenge number 4. And for challenge number 5, what we have to do, we have to find an endpoint that leaks internal property of a video. That means we have to find a specific section of application which accepts or either displays a video. For that, what we have to do, we have to again navigate the entire application, and in my case I was able to identify that thing over here, correct. So when I go to my profile page, I do get this information, like I can upload a video over here just by clicking on this 3 button. I will get this option to upload a video. So let's upload a video. I'm gonna click on this button, and this is the default MP4 video format file which I'm gonna upload over here. And once uploading the video, I'm gonna intercept the request. This is how my request looks like. I will forward this request simply to my repeater and I will send the request. If we analyze the HTTP response, we get a lot of information such as ID value. So the current video which I am uploading, that video's ID is 53. The video name which was car.mp4, yes. But the important thing which we noticed is this conversation parameter. So the video was Not was, the video had used codec H264 conversion mechanism. Correct. So, I mean, whoever records a video or creates a video, they might be aware that there are certain set of encoding mechanisms, conversion mechanisms in order to create different types of videos, such as MP4. For MP4, we have different set of conversion parameters encoding mechanisms. For MKV, we have different set of uh, what you say conversion parameters mechanisms and all. So the current video is utilizing this codec H264 mechanism. Correct. So this information is kind of disclosed to us in HTTP response. And our challenge number 5 indicates that find an API endpoint that leaks an internal property of video, which is this. The same information can also be identified by doing a small activity. I mean, not the small activity, but the same information can be identified using exif tool. So let's try to verify whether we can see the same codec information via exif tool or not. So for that, we will have to navigate to the certain location where we have saved that MP4 file. So in my case, it is this, and I guess it was Postman collection. Yeah, here I have cards.mp4. So all I have to do is I have to enter exif tool. Okay, I don't have exif tool installed. Let me install it quickly. Okay, yeah, so the exif tool has been installed. Now all I have to do is I have to enter the exif tool and followed by the file's name. In my case, it is car.mp4, and I'm gonna hit enter, and let's see whether we can get this codec information from here or not. So yeah, we got this encoder information, which was LAVF 58.76.100, and the image size is this, I mean 1080p. So instead of this codec information, we were able to identify the encoder information. So this is how we get, I mean, this is how we will be able to identify the applications, not applications, but a file's hidden property or hidden metadata. In my case, the application, the vulnerable application itself reveals the file's metadata, or I would say some sensitive information, which is this directly in HTTP response. Okay, so this is how we will gonna solve challenge number 4 and challenge number 5. Later on, we will look at a rate limiting. Okay.